all day Saturday.
She's getting ready to do her own radio show. So this is the beginning of an addiction.
To usurp dad.
And she is actually, thanks for reminding me, actually, JT, to turn on the YouTube player. So you can see us at Chaotic Radio Live. We are live on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. So, guys, it's been a week, and as we left off last week, I was going to Contact in the Desert with all things really cool. The guest list was really awesome. I met Linda Moulton Howe. You guys don't know who she is. She is like one of the world's leading UFO researchers and documenters.
Was it all kept appropriate? Because I had a little bit of I was worried about you.
Yeah, she's a good looking woman. She is
I know you kind of hammered that point home.
Yeah,
so
she used to actually be be a model. She Miss Miss Arizona or something at one time.
Miss Mars.
Yeah, Miss Mars. Yeah, right. We had Giorgio Tsoukalos, George Norrie was there. We had all kinds of guests. Corey Good. If you guys don't know who Corey Good is, he says that he was part of a secret space program. So, it was very interesting. Each speaker had like a 2-hour talk of whatever they were talking about. So. My favorite, though, is Giorgio Tsoukalos. He has, of course, a show called Ancient Aliens on the History Channel, and he produces that. It was a pretty cool talk. So, yeah.
Cool. Is he also the guy from that famous meme that's out there?
He's in a lot of memes because of the hair.
Yes.
Right? So he's, yeah. And then, of course, Mike Bro, he is a writer. He used to be an engineer for, like, Rockwell or somewhere, and yeah, he's a really great writer.
What about the guy I was interested in, Travis Walton?
I met Travis. I hung out with him for about half an hour. Very sober, believable guy. His story is very believable. He's a little older than I thought he would be. I thought he was younger, but I guess that happened a long time ago.
Back late 70s?
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, he's tall. I thought he'd be bigger because he was a logger one time, but, you know.
So that's the guy from
Fire in the Sky. Yes.
Yeah,
I love that.
A little closer.
Love that movie.
Yeah. What are you on, Mike?
Talk to the side.
You go ahead.
Love that movie. Fire in the Sky.
Yeah. So he was the whole focus of Fire in the Sky, where he was abducted. They found him crying and naked in the woods 3 days later. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. He'll be calling in the station in a few weeks.
Oh, awesome.
Linda Moulton Howe, Mike Burrow, they'll all be calling in. Yeah, it's gonna be epic interviews.
What about the turnout? Was there a lot of people there?
About 2,000 people. So
and those tickets weren't cheap.
No, they're about $250 a piece. Wow. So that's. But then these speakers too. I mean, there's a whole, and it was a 4-day event.
Well, if you're into that kind of thing, that's kind of like the who's who right there.
That's right.
It's the all-star game.
It is. Now we have another all-star game coming up too, and that is Alien Con. Here's a little clip of what's going on over there. Here we go. It's going to be in Pasadena.
Ancient Aliens, history's groundbreaking show, is now a hit franchise.
Alien Con. A weekend full of aliens and novelties.
Alien Con.
And you thought you were all alone watching the show.
A 3-day immersive experience with 15,000 attendees.
All of us are looking for the same thing.
Crowd-packed panels.
So I'm going through TSA security one day, and the TSA agent stops me and he goes, "It's you, the ancient alien guy."
Extraterrestrials, this would seem to be the metal that they're making their craft out of.
Your show has changed my life, and I thank you so much for all the information that you brought.
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. The work that they do, it is at the forefront of science.
Giorgio, what hair product do you use?
Electric socket.
With wide merchandising opportunities.
For us, it's a good way to reach some new customers.
What an incredible weekend it's been so far.
This is amazing.
A new phenomenon has just begun. Alien Con.
There you go. That's coming up next weekend. So David Duchovny and a bunch of other actors from all the best alien expos are. Is that you, Kit?
Yeah.
I thought it was my computer. Yeah, so all the best shows about aliens, they'll have actors there from that show. It's going to be pretty cool.
There's a few people from Star Trek, things like that.
Yeah, right? JT and I have been working adamantly trying to get a hold of the producers of the show, and we can't get a hold, so we're gonna have to actually pay for the tickets. So how much were those tickets for those? I don't know. Whatever it is, they're gonna get it out of me. So there you go. So have any of you guys did anything, because you guys are both directors? Have you did any Alien stuff at all?
No, I haven't. No, I'm fascinated by this.
Yeah, same here.
I really am, actually.
I love Alien.
Aliens.
I do, yeah.
So what are your favorite Alien movies?
Okay, let's
Aliens.
start with Close Encounters.
I love Fire in the Sky. I've always that's just so real and creepy. Always so. That's honestly to me is one of the scariest movies.
What was scary about it for you?
It feels so real, as opposed to like obviously Alien is one of my favorite movies, but it's not it's a fairy tale.
It's not believable, yeah.
No, it's a fairy tale. It's a fun, crazy, creepy fairy tale. Fire in the Sky is, is it possible? Could it happen? I mean, I'm a skeptic, but it's always fun to think of. I mean, I guess I should say an open-minded skeptic.
Well, it's kind of like any horror movie. If anything has the tagline based on a true story,
of course.
it kind of makes it a little bit scarier.
Yeah.
Gives it legitimacy, perhaps.
Richard, your favorite?
Yeah, no, I love Close Encounters for sure.
That
was a movie I saw as a kid, and
that's funny you bring that up. In one of our first episodes, we were talking about that. That's a movie. If you're around, like I'm going to be 44 coming up. That's a movie you need to watch. If you saw it as a kid, I recommend watching it again because there's so many nuances that you see as an adult that you missed. I guarantee you missed the first time around.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
It's such a deep movie. I mean, just some of the things, background things. Like one thing that really blew me away. I didn't really know it as a kid when they found that missing squadron in the desert that disappeared the Bermuda Triangle. Wow, there's some airplanes when I'm 6, and then I watch it again at 30 and go, wow, I've heard that story.
Yeah, and I think what really made it really enticing for me was, Star Wars had come out, I think, the year before, so we were in the Star Wars kind of mindset, right, for science fiction. And then you see Close Encounters, and it makes Star Wars even more powerful because you see, oh my gosh, like this could happen to us. Star Wars is a long time ago, right, in a galaxy far, far away. It's way far from me. But Close Encounters felt really, really close by and really obviously close. But like it could happen, right?
What was that movie? It came out about 6 years ago with Kate, the lady from Underworld, the Alien movie.
I know what you're talking about.
That was actually a really creepy movie. That it was like half found footage.
Yeah.
Kate
Beckinsale?
Yeah, Kate Beckinsale. About 6-7 years ago, half of it was found footage, and the other half was just regular narrative film. And it was actually really creepy, supposedly based on a true story Alien film.
I don't remember.
And it was kind of weird. That movie kind of was like one of those two movies. At first, it was kind of like more of like a psychological thing, and then like, bam, at the end, it was the whole alien encounters and all that stuff. It just was like two different movies.
Yeah, because like half of it was literally found footage, looked like a documentary, and the other half was just like a straight narrative. So it was creepy. I can't remember that.
Kind of like From Dusk Till Dawn. I mean, that movie made a turn, and it was two totally different movies.
Yeah, I think it originally started with Quentin Tarantino, and then afterwards
it was Robert Rodriguez, right? Yeah.
But yeah, I love that first 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think Close Encounters is my first powerful Alien movie. It was super powerful.
Actually, you asked me what's my favorite movie, and we have Carrington here, and I think she'd love this movie. That one of the very first times that I ever saw an Alien movie was a Disney movie when I was a little guy, and it was called The Cat from Outer Space.
Oh, I remember that movie.
And it's like this cat that comes from outer space, and he can do all these really cool, fun things.
I love cats.
Do you? You should watch it. You love
he
it.
had the collar that he could.
That's right. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's a pull right there.
It's going
You're going back,
way back. Yeah, for sure. Did you ever see The Cat from Outer Space?
No, I haven't actually.
But I think Carrington, you'd love it.
We'll have to check that out.
I'll
have to get that
for you. As far as the Alien thing.
What about me? Don't I get to give my favorite Alien movie?
Oh, you're still here?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kit. Roll away.
I really don't have one. Just
come on.
Feeling a little left out.
That's awesome.
Everybody has an Alien movie.
It's kind of funny. It seems like the Alien movies kind of took a backseat to the zombies there.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I was a big fan of Alien 1. So, and then 2, I guess, and now that we're on Alien Covenant or something, which actually I didn't think was a bad one.
I think Alien is kind of one of those undefinable movies because I remember watching it. I didn't really look at it. It happened when I was a kid and saw it. It was like a horror movie, but it just happened to be in space.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the graphics or the effects of that movie were kind of like, for me, like Jaws. Like if an alien was evil, that would be what it looks like. I mean, that would
to me, that's one of those. There's a few perfect movies, I like to call them. Like I think Back to the Future was a perfect movie.
Oh, I love you, man.
But Alien was a perfect movie. Yeah, just everything just seemed to fit. I mean, if you want to nitpick and pull apart, that explosions can't happen in space type crap. You're always going to have that, but as from start to finish, perfect movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of perfection to that. One of Ridley Scott's best films, I think. But you're right, it was billed as a horror film. It wasn't billed as a science fiction movie. What was the tagline, Kit? In space, no one can hear you scream.
Right.
Yeah.
And
so
it's
that's
true.
telling you that this is not little aliens running around. This is something else.
Yeah, but that's based on truth because you can't. There's no sound in space.
It's a vacuum.
Well, I also love that they I don't know who originally pitched that. I don't know if it was the writer or Ridley Scott, but the original pitch is supposedly I hear that they got the pitch in 3 words. You know, it's a very famous pitch that they ended up, funding this movie, and the 3 words were Jaws in space. Said, well, we need to make that movie.
I've heard that.
Yeah,
that was the time.
Like that sounds like an amazing movie. Yeah,
Jaws is 75 and
this was 78.
Aliens right along.
78, right?
That's right. Yeah.
It's kind of funny how many really good horror and science fiction movies came out of that about 6-7 year period right there.
70s is my favorite genre of especially horror films.
Yeah. Action figures. I'm a big action figure guy too. In the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, action figure stuff too is kind of they've never really been able to recreate
the Evil
that stuff.
Knievel, the $6 Million Man, the Darth Vader, the whole Star Wars. I used to have the whole set.
Me too.
G.I. Joes.
Do you remember an Alien TV series called Space 1999?
I do.
Remember that?
Martin Landau.
That's right. Yeah.
For me, it was a British television program.
That's right. Yeah, and the Eagle Lander, and it was. We just gone bananas, hadn't we? Films like Alien and Star Wars open us up to the vast options of films that we can make about these characters.
That was around the time the VCR hit home. We got our first VCR, and I think I rented anything that had a spaceship, an alien, someone with a weird looking head. I rented every horror movie because I'm one of those people like it. If you pick out a horror movie or a science fiction movie, I haven't seen it. You're going deep because I was bored and I watched everything.
Okay, Brent, the best worst science fiction horror blend has to be Jason 8, Jason in Space from the Friday the 13th.
I haven't
How
seen
did that
it.
happen? I've never seen it.
Yeah, I think it's Jason X, and they
All
put
those-
him on a space shuttle, and he starts doing his nasty stuff.
You know, all those horror movies, like once they get to about 8, 9, it's always let's go to space and
Leprechaun went to space.
Yeah, let's do something with it. Get him in space.
What do you
That'll
guys think?
answer everything.
Did you guys like V?
Yeah.
I love the original V. I never got that into the remake. A couple years ago.
I love the remake.
Did
It was
you?
actually really good.
Yeah, the chick is so hot, by the way. That
And it was
Australian
cool.
chick.
They brought a lot of the original cast members into the.
Oh, really? I probably saw like 2 episodes, so I
Yeah,
can't.
later on towards the end, they brought Mark Singer in as someone that worked for the government, and then the hot chick's mom was the original Diana from the original TV series.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. It was, but I knew being on ABC, it wasn't going to last because they never fund science fiction movies.
No, and it's the wrong network. You're absolutely right, JT.
Yeah.
It's not going to work there.
Now, a great sci-fi flick now is there's a new alien flick. What the hell? Colony. You guys
Colony.
Yeah. That's
The new Lost in Space is pretty amazing, and
I hear that's pretty good, too.
It's really good.
It is really good. Molly Parker, she's Canadian.
Yeah,
You just have to get that Canadian stuff.
Just
to keep you guys tempered.
Did you hear how it got real quiet for a second?
It did. It's like, did I swear? I don't think I swore.
Canadian,
Canadian.
it's a dirty word.
I
Canadian
think
is a dirty word.
I think we should just open up the borders there at Canada and just United States, Canada. We'll call it United States or something.
And me and Carrington are actually going to be going to Toronto later this summer.
Nice,
Really?
Yes.
It's beautiful up
Oh,
there.
you love Toronto.
Well,
Spent a lot of
I went
time.
there 2 years ago. I went to Niagara Falls for a few days, and I went to
Nice.
Toronto. It was amazing.
Are you a baseball fan?
That's why I'm going.
Oh, you got to go to Rogers.
I
I
stayed there, and watched the Dodgers versus the Blue Jays from my bedroom.
Nice.
It was incredible.
That's so awesome.
Do they have Walmart in
They
Canada?
do. Yeah, they do.
Good.
They do.
Good.
We used to have Target, but no longer.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been to Canada once for a Magic convention. And
Fort McMurray doesn't count as Canada.
I had to go into Canada, though. I landed in Red Deer, right? And they wouldn't let, I mean, they were questioning me, like, why are you here? Why are you coming to Canada? I'm like, Magic competition. Well, what Magic competition is it? I'm like, oh, it's in Red Deer. Well, do you know where Red Deer is? I'm like, yeah, I do. And they're like looking online, my profile. I had to give a blood sample.
They think you're lost.
You would have been on my watch list that's saying you're at a Magic convention.
Why are you here at a Magic convention? Are there other people going to this Magic convention?
Oh my God! Who the hell?
I'm just saying, I felt like I had to give the third degree.
Wait, didn't you just admit you did something in Mexico like an hour ago?
Wait, no, that's a whole different show there.
Exactly.
That's a whole different
That's
show.
a whole different border.
Yeah. I'm just saying the Canadians really just made me feel like they didn't want me there. I'm just saying.
They tend to keep the riff
they
raff
didn't.
out.
Yeah, they're the smart ones actually. Keep
Shots fired! Shots fired!
This is like that. Don't take checks from that guy. Don't let that guy into your country. That's how I feel.
There's a reason why the stories that come back from Mexico and the stories that come back from Ontario are two totally different stories.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Here's some of the actors at the Alien Con. Speaking of Alien TV shows, because Aliens spill went from the movies to the TV shows. The biggest one, of course, was X-Files. I mean, that was everybody. Do you guys like X-Files?
Oh yeah, big fan.
So we got David Duchovny. He'll be at the show next weekend. Sheen Astin. You guys know who that Sheen Astin?
Sean Astin.
Yeah, Sean
Goonies
Astin.
fame.
Yeah, he was Goonies, and he was Sam Gamgee.
And from Stranger Things, he was awesome.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings. So trilogy was in that. Jonathan Del Acor or Art Acor. There you go.
Jonathan
Hardcore.
Delarco.
Yeah,
What's he from, Star Trek or something?
Yeah,
Yes.
so he's a Star Trek Next Generation guy. So there's all kinds of different people from different alien shows. So it's going to be pretty interesting. They used to have something called the X-Files convention. You guys ever go to one of those? I used to go to those X-Files conventions.
X-Con? I didn't, no.
I used to go to all the horror conventions they used to have at the Pasadena Convention Center back in the mid-'90s, where you'd see, like, the Wes Cravens, all the people that played Jason and Michael Myers and all that. My old neighbor actually did the stunt work in the first Halloween. That's what got me into.
Oh, wow.
Which got me into horror films.
Another
as a kid.
epic film that scared the heck out of me.
In my opinion, the single greatest horror movie ever made.
Yep.
Because it stands up today.
Wait, which one?
The original Halloween.
Oh yeah.
It still stands up today. You can watch it. Not a lot of crazy blood and guts. It's just a very suspenseful, scary movie that still kind of holds up.
And I think everybody knows this, but do you know the mask that Michael Myers wears? Do you know whose face that is?
I won't spoil it. I know.
Who's
Of
it?
course, yeah.
Who do you think it is? Think of Canadian icons in science fiction TV shows in the 60s.
Dude, I don't know, bro.
Did you say William Shatner? Because you'd be
No
right.
way, really?
It is. Oh, there it is.
Yes, they wanted a ridiculous amount of money to mold a mask, and John Carpenter wanted a little bit less is more.
Yeah.
They went to the J.C. Penney's at Santa Anita Mall, found that because they filmed it during the summer, so
Yeah.
there wasn't a whole lot of things to choose from.
Really?
Yeah, they painted it white and went with it.
Yeah, the trailer to the new Halloween just came out yesterday, and it looks awesome with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, they finally released it. I kept
Oh,
watching.
Jamie's back in it?
Yep.
Who's directing it? It's not Rob Zombie.
No,
No.
it's I didn't like those ones at all. No, it's David Gordon, which is him and who's the other guy that he works with, the comedian guy, David Dan. He was in that HBO show. He works with Will Ferrell. Who's that? What is his name? He wrote it with him. He's like a comedian. Huge. You guys would know his name.
Yeah.
He played the baseball player in the HBO show. It just stopped about a couple years ago. He's a comedy guy.
Who played Kenny Powers?
Yeah, exactly. Kenny Powers wrote it with the other director that he wrote. The director made a lot of those, the Kenny Powers
He was
movies.
also in the Land of the Lost movie.
Yeah, what? I can't think of his name right
Yeah,
now,
I can't. Well, I'll tell you.
Shall I look it up?
Do we have a Google machine anywhere?
You guys.
But so they wrote it and directed it, and it looks awesome. It's a horror. It's not a comedy. Looks awesome.
I heard
It's
there's a lot
1,000 miles away from Rob Zombie.
Exactly.
I heard a lot of people are very upset in the Halloween community that Danielle Harris wasn't involved in the movie somehow.
Yeah.
That's how I became aware of it on my YouTube feed. People kept complaining about that. I was like, hey, if we get a good Halloween movie, then stop complaining.
David Gordon Green and Jeff Fradley.
No, that's not his name.
Danny McBride.
Danny McBride. That's the guy's name. Yeah. He's awesome.
Well, another guest at Alien Con is going to be Mia Sundwell from Lost in Space. Not a bad looker. Just saying.
Oh, nothing.
Right there. Just saying. And of course, Giorgio A. Tuklos too. So he's from the Ancient Aliens. You guys ever watch any of those episodes?
I haven't. No.
So, what is your favorite TV alien show? Is it Lost in Space? Is it
TV alien
or is it V?
show?
Or
mine is V.
Yours is V.
It stops and ends on the X-Files for me.
Out
That
of
was
this
the
world for me.
definitive- Out of this world.
Just kidding. The look on your face when I said that.
Did you like the remake, or not the remake, but the reboot of X-Files? I saw one episode and I didn't like it.
I did. I loved
It's getting better. Yeah, yeah. So what it is you just have to digest the new version of it. But they put a little more comedy in it. What do you think, Richard?
Yeah, I did. I thought it was a little lighter. I mean, great subject matter and stuff. But
See, I never gave it a chance. I kept seeing all these things that everyone liked in the '90s are all starting to come back and be repackaged. I just was like, no, there's something that it seems like there's a lot of creativity. A bankrupt creativity out there. Everyone that sees the familiar name and wants to try to
we like to repeat ourselves. That's for sure.
What I hate about all those reboots, like if it's been 20, 30 years, they all have to make jokes about cell phones, like blah, like keeps on going, like internet, like it's every 3 minutes, like it feels like you watch a reboot, there's a joke about internet, cell phone, like it's been 25, 30 years, and it gets old.
Yeah, they did a whole episode on AI and technology attacking them. I guess they went to a town and they're building this. Bill Gates is actually building a town in Arizona where everything is automated. It's all AI and self-driving cars and self, like checkout stands where you don't have to pay for anything. You just walk in and get your groceries. So they're actually building that city in Arizona.
Wow.
So, yeah, but they did X-Files episode. Did you see that, Richard? That episode where the drones were, because he didn't leave a tip, the drones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I fly a drone, so that was interesting to me, because I don't want drones chasing me around.
No, that's scary. Scary stuff.
So, Rob, is it time for a commercial?
It is actually. So let's roll this. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I like it. I like love the alien stuff.
Hey guys, Rob Matters here. Whether you're a working professional or a professional athlete, you move fast and train hard. Why not recover the best you can with natural CBD oil? CBD oil can relieve pain, inflammation, and give you the edge you need to recover fast. Cannabinoids, including CBD oil, can interact with your body's endocannabinoid system, or ECS. CBD oil is a non-intoxicating component of the cannabis plant with enormous therapeutic potential. To learn more, go to naturalhempoil.com. That's naturalhempoil.com.
All right.
High above, Rancho Cucamonga.
Kaotic. All talk, all the time. ChaoticRadio.com, where you get yesterday's news next week. A Web 360 company. Hey guys, Rob Matters here. Are you protected? And I mean protected from big government and large corporations. You think your internet connection is secure? Well, guess again. Why don't you check out Virtual Shield? They'll let you browse the web completely anonymous. The big name internet providers and other third parties will not be able to monitor and sell your internet activity or browsing history. Unlock censorship. By using Virtual Shield, your traffic will be routed through their secure and encrypted server. This means that any restrictions, censorships, blocks on your internet are bypassed. Their virtual private network allows you to browse the web anonymously. Just simply download one of their apps for Mac, Windows, iPhone, iPad, Android, and Chrome and click connect. Virtual Shield does all the work for you. Your entire connection becomes secure and private and encrypted. Yes, it's that easy. So guys, get behind the shield with virtualshield.com.
All right. Very cool. Check those guys out. Now, hey, Rob, you want to stay young forever, right?
I do.
Or at least looking young forever, correct?
I absolutely do.
And I know Richard already does. And, I've had help from these guys as well. So I just wanted to introduce our new sponsor, who actually sponsors Red Pill Radio here at chaoticradio.com, and that would be Metro MD, Institute for Regenerative and Cosmetic Medicine. They're located in Hollywood, California. You can reach them at 328-284-5476. They do everything from hormone replacement, laser treatments, nutrition and diet, cosmetic treatments, cell therapy, pretty much everything to make that body and face look youthful again. So if you're in the area or you need a free consultation, look up Metro MD, and that is 328-284-5476.
Yeah, the great thing about Metro MD is, although they do pay for the show, but they give me all the medical treatment for my knee. I have a bad knee, so I blew out a meniscus. So what they're doing is PRP, which is platelet-rich plasma. So what they do is they take your blood out of your body, they put it in a centrifuge, they spin it around, they take the platelet-rich plasma out of the blood. The machine separates the blood plasma from the blood, and they inject that back into the joint of my knee, and that helps regenerate the knee. Next thing we're going to do, and it'll be in a couple of weeks, is they're going to take bone marrow out of my hip, and they're going to mix that take the stem cells out, and they're going to inject that stem cells and that bone marrow into the knee joint to help regenerate the tissue inside in the knee. So that's
wow.
I've actually gone there for a consultation, and very, very professional, very, very, very knowledgeable. I mean, in the time I was there with the doctor, found out amazing things.
Yeah. Metro MD is pretty cool. You guys, if your testosterone's low and you're feeling a little lethargic, not yourself lately, if you're over 35, I recommend you getting your test results from Metro MD, because they can supplement that and get you back up to where you were, in your early 20s.
Yep.
So
And you can find them at metro-md.com, or you can give them a call at 323-284-5476.
Or metro-md.com. So there you go.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Or 323.
Or 323-284. Now, they're great guys down there.
They are.
So
Yeah.
are we going to talk about Walmart? I tried to segue into that whole Walmart's in Canada.
Oh, yeah, the Walmart. Richard, rumors has it they're turning Walmarts into, like, concentration camps.
They're what?
That's what I hear.
I cannot.
Next week we're going to get down more into it,
See,
but that's what I hear.
spoke too soon. He spoke too soon about our subjects.
I wish.
That's what I'm hearing. That's all the rumor online right now is they're turning those Walmarts. And the thing what makes that believable is because Walton, the Walmart guy, the guy who discovered Walmart, who put that out there, he used to run the...
discovered it like a land? He just came upon it.
He discovered the idea. Well, he used to run the internment camps here in the United States when we were at war with the Japanese.
Wait, what?
He used to run the internment camps. So back...
The original Walton.
Yes.
That explains a lot. If you go into one of those places, it explains a lot.
Yeah, so and they're saying that there's tunnels and stuff underneath these Walmarts. A lot of these loud booms. We had a show about the mysterious loud booms.
Okay, yeah.
Are them tunneling underneath these Walmarts. And there are some videos out there online where they're bob wiring up the Walmarts, like on the roofs, and inside there you can see that there's like walkways that are bob wired and caged off where they're going to file people through there. And they're heavily lots of security around those places
who will
too.
not be advertising on the show anytime soon?
Yeah, Walmart.
Right. Wait, so do the family, do they admit that, or is this...
No, they don't admit anything.
Rumor and innuendo on the internet.
Yeah, it's all rumors.
Okay.
But there's a lot of them closing and a lot of them being bob wired up.
And there's videos out there. There's people that swear by this, but like I said, that's the same group of people that's, some of the same people that swear by UFOs, Bigfoots, ghosts.
So a few questions.
Just a few?
Just a few. A concentration camp run by
kind of like the FEMA camps.
To what? Why? Do you think?
For all the Canadian refugees.
Yes, and there are lots of us.
Probably
16 of us.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's what they're saying online. We're going to do a whole show about that next week on the whole Walmart theme
I see.
account.
It's a teaser.
Yes.
Hey, this just in. Big K is jealous, and they're opening their doors to the homeless. So they're going to turn those into homeless camps.
Wait a minute. The Kmart is going to turn their stores into homeless camps?
Wait, no. They have a homeless problem in front of their stores. I'm sorry. I misread that.
Okay. I hear Starbucks is going to also turn their stores into homeless camps. Because
they almost already are.
Yeah, because now you don't have to buy coffee to hang out there. You could just hang
need
out
to get
there.
it with a laptop.
Yes,
with
they're going to
your
install
toilet.
showers in the bathroom. So perfect.
Yeah. It's going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly at Starbucks. You know, they had that rule for everybody has that rule for a reason. And when you go in there now, I'm just saying.
They forgot to put their sign up that says, "We refuse." We
no
have
shirt,
the right,
no socks, no
Right
shoes,
to
no
refuse.
service.
Yeah, no.
No shirt, no shoes, no dice.
Right, there you go.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that next week. But and of course we have Alien Con next week too, which is good. Richard, are you going to go to Alien Con?
I don't know.
Oh, well,
We need to have that conversation.
yeah, let's have that conversation. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll be going to Friday and Saturday, both those days.
Go there for the opening.
Go there for the opening. Try to get interviews.
Some good speakers as well.
Tons
That
of
sounds right.
yeah, tons of speakers.
So, are you going to do any of the show or try to get any interviews be on the show next week? Or what?
Yeah. I'm going to try to get a bunch of interviews.
Did you not get interviews at the UFO show, or were you just
Yeah.
too intrigued, or did the whole time just disappear and you were like, "Whoa"?
Yeah,
You guys
actually,
showed up.
what happens when I got there? I woke up 2 days later. My pants were on backwards. I don't know why, but
that was before the event.
and your hair was in a
That's a week
ponytail.
earlier.
yeah, my hair is what little. There's 3 of us with no hair in the studio, by the way. So if you're listening to this,
We
there's
have hair.
yeah,
There you go.
There's only 2 people with
I
hair.
as well have hair.
You
thank
too.
you.
Yeah, but you're in another room. Literally, you're walled off and behind glass.
Wait, let me
for
see.
a reason.
Let me see your hair, Rob. What is yours? Or somewhat hair? Oh, more than me.
Well, you can see that no hair in studio on
the camera.
Chaotic Radio Live YouTube.
Glorious 4K.
And
Oh,
if you want
yeah.
to call in, the number is 909-360-8330. We can discuss Walmart's homeless people.
Your favorite
movies,
alien movie?
Favorite alien movie.
Yeah.
Loud booms under Walmart.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were talking about Colony. So and TV show, alien TV shows. Colony is the awesome alien TV show right now.
Is it a good one?
It's really
Is
good.
that one on TNT?
I don't know. It's
Okay.
It's on one of those. I don't control the TV in the house. The wife does.
nah.
So she records all the alien stuff for me, and I watch it.
I want to throw something out there
Gotcha.
Sure.
to anybody listening out there, or you guys in here. What is there anything out there that you think is possibly due a reboot that could be done better? That is due for an upgrade?
Alien sci-fi centered.
Yeah, anything like that. I mean, you saw, Star Wars came back. You see, different versions of Star Trek, but I personally thought the reboot of the Star Trek movies were done really, really well.
Yeah, I liked them.
Me too.
So
Me
I was just
too.
wondering, is there anything else out there that you could? Any horror movies?
Yeah, I've never been that big into reboots, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure I could think about it. If, I would. If there's gonna be a reboot, I would rather have it be something that wasn't a masterpiece or great, and it's had a great idea, and then we take it into a new dimension.
Good idea,
that
bad
we solve it.
execution.
Yeah, we can solve it in the
Yeah.
reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe going back to, what was it? In the 50s, there's all sorts of sci-fi stuff, like Buck Rogers. I know there was the 70s Buck Rogers with Gil Gerard and, way, way back. But that was fun.
A reboot that doesn't get a lot of play out there that I really enjoyed. You have to really dig for it. It wasn't out in the movies long. Was the 80s Blob?
Yeah, no, I like that.
I thought it was a fantastic.
Yeah.
Did you like that? I
Blob,
did.
it's that Steve McQueen, isn't it? That's like
The original was Steve McQueen.
yeah.
They remade it. They remade it in the mid '80s, like maybe or actually late '80s, 88, 89.
I think it was Well, one of my favorite movies is a reboot is The Thing. John Carpenter's. That's where you can improve a 1950s idea, interesting idea, but
that's a really good example.
Yeah.
Of what I mean, that was and then they went and messed it up with the prequel. But
yeah.
I followed these guys on Kickstarter that did a board game of the thing, and it's a 14-player board game, and I invested money in it, and they sent me a copy of this game.
So
it's so cool,
and it made. What were they looking for? And like what? So they succeeded.
I think it was ridiculous. I think they were looking for $50,000, and it made like 500% of its budget.
Wow!
But it's so cool. Like you have to, hide if you're infected or not, and I've never played it because I haven't found.
That was such a
cool, but
you haven't found 14
so
friends.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love The Thing. The Thing is
one of the greatest horror films.
It
ever.
is
so underrated.
Yeah,
because of the maybe because of the gore. But
Kurt Russell and John Carpenter. Yeah, like
they made great movies together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, they also made Escape from New York.
Oh yeah,
those two, which is one of the truly more epic movies that ever came out of those.
So a lot of John Carpenter's movies, even if they kind of missed the mark at the time, if you go back, like I always, as a kid, thought Halloween 3 was, oh my god,
that is amazing. That's my favorite.
I go back and watch it now, and every time it's on, I stop what I'm doing to watch it. It's a fantastic movie. But when you're 7 years old, all right, I need to see Michael Myers.
Everyone hated it at the time, but now it's become like, because it didn't have Michael Myers, but now, of course, it's only produced by John Carpenter.
It's one of those movies. Give it a different name.
Yeah,
it'd be a fantastic movie.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say this could definitely be kind of centered around this type of what we're talking about, but It Lives, or not It Lives. They Live.
Fantastic movie.
Great movie. John Carpenter, political alien type movie, is one of the greatest 80s movies ever.
I'm a big wrestling fan, so Roddy Piper in it too kind of put it over the top for me.
He just died recently, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Do you think that science fiction is probably the most favorable genre to have reboots? Just because we can update, special effects, we can do that. Whereas dramas are a little more staid. Like no one's going to go near Casablanca and try to do a reboot.
Like when they made the Great Expectations with Gwyneth Paltrow, a more updated version, Robert De Niro back in the 90s. Good movie, but like you said, it's the same story, just kind of updated. I think you hit the mark right there with the technology upgrades.
Yeah, but there's some, and you said this, JT, earlier, and I have to absolutely agree with you. I don't want anyone ever to touch Back to the Future. I don't want to touch a hair on the head of that movie. Seriously.
I would lead the pitchfork and torch brigade.
What about a sequel, though?
I'd be right there with you.
With Michael J. Fox.
I've heard rumors about it. I'm really excited because we were talking about earlier, I'm a big baseball fan.
Nice, yeah.
And Tom Wilson's son just got drafted by the Mets.
No way.
And his son will eventually, if he makes it through the system, will be in Las Vegas playing at AAA. And I go there a lot, and I'm praying to run into him someday.
Oh, that would be so great.
And he's also a really hilarious comedian.
Is he
by
really?
the way, if you go on YouTube and Google Tom Wilson and look at his stand-up, he does an hour stand-up. Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
Well,
Who knew?
Since you're talking about reboots, there's one coming up now, and that's Oceans. So all female. I know it's off alien topic, but you're talking reboots, and it's coming out. What do you think?
It's going to go the way of Ghostbusters, sadly.
Yeah.
I saw about 10 minutes of Ghostbusters, and first of all, I think that's great, fun idea of all female reboot. So I have nothing against that, but I saw about 10 minutes of it, and it was unwatchable. I couldn't.
Unwatchable. Agreed.
I think it's people try to make the excuse that it's a sexism, it's thisism, and that is a good. I don't care what the characters are.
Yeah, exactly.
Good stories, good characters. They go a long way.
It's so true. But I think Ocean's 8 has a good chance because arguably it's got like 7 of the best actors working in Hollywood right now.
Yeah,
so I think that it's predisposed. And really, can anyone say that you don't like Cate Blanchett?
Yeah, but
So,
you don't think they're jumping the shark, man? You really?
No, I don't. I don't think so. I like that. I like that idea. I really do.
One thing I think is a problem with the reboots. It doesn't seem like there's not a lot of time in between some of these reboots nowadays. Because I mean, I'm only 43, but how many versions of I've seen some movies
Spider-Man.
rebooted. Yeah, 2, 3, 4
Batman.
times already.
And all different characters, which throws it way off.
Yeah, and what I wish they would do, like with reboots, like if you're going to do like a Ghostbuster reboot, let's at least all female cast is awesome, but let's acknowledge that they are in the world of the original Ghostbusters.
I think that's where they messed up.
Yeah, and so acknowledge the original.
Kind of like the Halle Berry Catwoman movie.
In what way?
They took it out of the DC universe.
Oh, okay.
And there was no relation to Batman or anything.
It became a strange thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a strange cat. Right?
Yeah, I never even saw that movie.
You're lucky.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, let's bounce back to the aliens. District 19. What do you think? District
9?
Not a bad. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was pretty good.
I loved it. Yeah, I really did. I enjoyed the fact that it was a lovely kind of allegory for what's happening or what happened in South Africa. And I think that, we were I was just talking to Brent, 35 minutes ago, politics and film. And where do they both meet? And I think that movie works so great because the first half of it, it's a documentary, isn't it? The second half of it, it's a drama. And I love that it could do that.
I didn't realize it was so critically acclaimed. I went back and looked and saw it was actually nominated for more than just for Academy Awards, for more than just special effects and editing, things like that.
Yeah, he's a South African director, Neil Blomkamp. And his heart and soul was in that movie.
I loved it. It was awesome. Unfortunately, what has the director done since? I know he's tried to do.
Oh, he did the Matt Damon.
Yeah, Matt Damon one, which I didn't like.
Was not very good. He did Chappie. Did you see Chappie?
I saw the trailer of that, and I didn't care.
And it was dreadful.
And he's tried to reboot Alien.
And he was connected to Halo, the movie, for years and years, and then they never made that. So.
But yeah, I loved District 9. I thought that was.
Yeah,
awesome.
I liked. It almost goes along the lines of what you're doing with your film, Brent. Is that there's a fine line between us and them, and at some point you can become them. So you better watch what you're, how you're projecting towards them, and them could be anybody, homeless, anything, So that movie was kind of like, here's this guy, he's doing his thing, and then, it's all about the aliens, and all of a sudden he becomes one of these aliens, and it's like, whoa, wait a second, he's walking in their shoes all of a sudden.
Yeah, you don't think there's a fine line? I mean, really.
We're all
fine line between politics and movie making. Like you could easily drive away half of your audience if you go right or left in any direction.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. And I think Kid said it earlier in the previous show in Toxic Underground Live that no one wants to see a bash this political party film. We just don't. It doesn't do any good. I don't think it solves anything.
I think people want to go to a movie to get away from that, and I don't think a lot of filmmakers see that. I mean, I want an hour and a half to 2 hours of I don't want to hear about it.
Escape.
I just want to watch a good movie.
Yeah,
because now, speaking of politics and filmmaking and movies, TV shows, Roseanne had a number one.
God. I have been bashed so bad on Facebook over that.
Have you?
Yeah. Why were you bashed?
Just because I was like, I love Roseanne. I can't believe. She didn't. In my opinion, I went to the tweet. I haven't been on Twitter in years. I went back on to read her tweet, and it was, she was making fun of this lady. She was, yes, in a bad way, tastefully incorrect, but she wasn't making fun of an entire race. She was pointing out that this lady is her enemy pretty much. And she was, calling her names and, whatever. Zig actually put up a picture of another lady, the same lady, and a picture of Zira from Planet of the Apes. The one thing that I find funny is that, if somebody called me an ape and I know I'm white, I think they're trying to say I'm stupid. I don't think they're trying to say I'm a black person, and I mean, it's like,
Can I stop you there for a second?
No, look.
You shave an ape, it's white, dude.
Okay, and that's I mean, I don't put I don't put two and two together like that.
How does he know that?
But yet other people did. They're like, oh, this is obviously, well, so what? I mean, they're just saying that you're stupid. They're not saying. I mean, what is so bad about being called an ape?
Well, this is the same network that threw Tim Allen's show off. It was the number one show. Threw it off for really no reason, but the content, the right lean in it, and.
Yeah, I don't see black and white. I see people
Roseanne.
for people.
I love the new reboot, but there's probably 2 or 3 things you cannot joke about or talk about publicly in America, and that is just one of the things. And I'm not saying they should have or should not have canceled it, but I'm just saying that was a pretty bad and I was upset. Why would she do that? And she put 200 people that are working on the show. She put 200 people that are now out of job. Hopefully they reboot, do something.
They're going to bring it back with so many different.
It's not going to work though.
No,
I don't think so. I don't
you can't take Roseanne out of Roseanne.
No, I don't love Darlene's not a good enough character to base around. If anything, you do it around John Goodman.
Yeah,
I
but-
heard a great idea for a reboot. They were going to take Mrs. Huxtable from the Cosby Show, and she gets married to Dan Connor.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Hey, wait a second.
That would be.
Hey, look, bottom line, I hope they reboot it on a different station. Screw ABC.
You know, I think they would try it, but I don't think there's so many writers and actors that have bowed
Look,
out.
everybody
since
in
then.
their world, we've got Bill Maher, we've got all these people who are, say horrific things about different people politically.
Oh, yeah.
And racism, sexually, all kinds of things. And all they say is, I'm sorry, and life goes on. But Roseanne says it because she's a Trump supporter.
They've got to
and
know.
Boom.
She has to know that there's a different set of rules, and if you're going to play in that league, you got to know.
Yeah, well,
These are the rules you got to go by.
She's an old lady. I feel bad for her. She just, I feel bad for her.
It's not 50-50. It's not
No.
cut and dry.
No.
There is a definite lean, and if you want to be in that game, you got to play those rules.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, JT. I think that, not only did she cause, her own grief or whatever, but I think you mentioned it, Brent, 200 people out of work, all their families, all these people
Horrible.
that put that, what can you do?
Well, and
she alienated herself to bring us back on topic.
Yeah, right. Oh, hey, speaking of the aliens and bringing this back
Yeah.
on topic.
Lovely.
Here's what Wikipedia says about the whole FEMA thing. The FEMA camp conspiracy theory that holds the U.S. Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, is planning to imprison U.S. citizens in concentration camps. This is typically described as the following implication of martial law in the United States after a major disaster or crisis. So that's what they're saying here is people are talking about they're turning these unused Walmarts into camps in case we have a natural disaster. Then they will herd everybody into these camps and
caused by the weather. Bill Gates.
Yeah. You never know. They're modifying the weather and creating disasters.
Yeah, we
and
saw how
starting
good that
wars.
went at the Superdome after Katrina. So
Yeah, that went really good at the Superdome,
Yeah.
right?
Hey,
it was like a giant MMA match.
Hey, before we get out of here today, I was wondering if our guest here would be able to plug her YouTube channel.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, tell us what's going on with your YouTube.
Well, maybe we should have her introduce herself and then go through
What's
the
your
whole
name?
cycle.
Little one.
Carrington Eggleston.
And you have a YouTube channel, and what's it called?
It's just Carrington Eggleston.
And it's KERRINGTIN, and the last name is EGGLESTON. And what kind of things do you talk about on your channel?
Things around my house, things around my neighborhood, and just places me and him go.
So is it mainly you? They're filming you talking about that, or do you do like film? Are you behind the camera or in front of the camera mainly?
Sometimes in the front, sometimes in the behind it.
Oh, nice,
awesome. I gotta give props to Dad and Mom. I like the name Carrington. I've never really heard that before.
It goes all to Mom. Dad was not involved.
Very cool name.
Disclaimer: I was not involved in the naming of any of my children or pets.
Probably a good idea. And we have another plug.
You did all the hard work.
Ozzy?
Nope.
You didn't? But he's your dog.
It came pre-named.
There you go. And we have another plug. Go ahead and plug your project and where people could donate.
Sure. I have so I'm doing a film right now. It's about a couple of hillbillies that go down to the border and they become cursed by a witch. And the curse is that they'll become that which they hate. So they take on these characteristics of these non-Americans, Mexicans. So one of them can only speak in Spanish and the other has his white skin peel off. And underneath is a brown skin looking what he thinks is Mexican. So anyways, we're doing a crowdfunding website right now, and it's on seedandspark.com/wild beast of the desert. And you can also look on my Facebook, facebook.com/wild beast of the desert.
There you go. And guys, we're going to be at Alien Con next week, 15, 16, and 17. It's going to be pretty cool. Pasadena Convention Center in Pasadena, California. Check out the aliencon.com for tickets.
And happy Father's Day early to everybody out, all the dads out there.
Well, we still have 8-10 minutes basically.
Oh, great.
Father's Day, is that tomorrow?
All right.
I
Good night, everybody.
We're so used to looking at the clock over here.
Yeah,
So
no,
we're
we
running
ran a little
today.
late on Toxic, so I'm going to go ahead and give Rob his due.
All right, let's
All
keep
right.
it going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
wanna cut
So definitely Alien Con, man. I gotta get some commit from you, JT. Are you gonna go to Alien Con?
I will be there. I will be there with you.
I need a camera operator and I need I need
See?
a manager. I need a director there.
Well,
So
I'll do
I've
my
got
best. I'll see
two
what I can do.
directors in studio.
I'll see what I can do.
All right, there, and that would be Friday. I'm going and Saturday. And are we gonna have shirts? Kit, when are our shirts get in? We need to wear some shirts.
I'll talk to Dutchy. I haven't ordered any. I don't know if he has.
Well, I happen to have inside information, Carrington.
I could make some at work.
Are we
I
getting
guess.
shirts?
I'll ask him today if he's home.
I'll make you some Alien Con shirts. How's that for Chaotic?
Chaotic
Yeah.
at Alien Con. Make us some shirts. I'm extra. Oh, yeah, we have to talk about Oxercise.com, guys. Got to plug Oxercise.com. They're sending us a bunch of clothes from Oxercise.com. If you're looking to get in fitness or just want to learn about fitness or need fitness advice, diet advice, Oxercise.com. Check those guys out. And Dan at Oxercise.com can help you out with that. So there you go. That's another plug. Anybody else got anything to plug? Oh, and Kit, why don't you read down some of the shows that we got coming up this week on chaoticradio.com?
Well, tomorrow we've got. Hang on. Talk amongst yourself while I pull up the schedule.
All right.
How's that?
So I can't believe you guys haven't watched Colony yet.
No, not yet.
It is the best alien movie
There was
on.
there was
Put it
this,
on the list.
It just seems like there is too much good stuff on TV
Yeah,
nowadays.
there
There used
is
to be
indeed.
there used to be 4 or 5 shows you caught every week.
Yeah.
I've got so much stuff DVR'd, and with baseball season going on, I've watched one episode of Krypton. I've still got the end of Flash to watch.
Yeah.
I can't keep up.
Well, there's another. I don't know. You guys are into sci-fi. I'm into sci-fi. There's a show called Black Lightning I watched last season, and it's this black guy, and he's
Superhero.
got it's a superhero.
Oh
movie.
yeah, I saw that the one episode.
Yeah. So and he's got it's funny because he's got a suit and it lights up. It's all lit up with
Yeah.
like a lightning bolt, and he's standing in the dark. And I'm like, dude, I could see you on the building. It's you. Everybody could see you on the building.
You know, it's funny. I think I saw that. I don't know if it was the first episode, but it was really interesting until he put on the suit. I thought, oh my gosh, that's pretty corny.
Yeah,
So-
it stepped aside, but that his daughter, that black girl, she's got a suit on. Ooh, man, yeah, good looking.
See, me,
Good looking.
me, me,
Oh, baby.
me and Carrington we watched Supergirl. It seems like there's a show, a WB superhero show for everybody in the family. It seems like my son watches Arrow.
There is.
I watch
indeed.
Flash.
That's really interesting. You should say that. That the CW, you can everyone in the family could watch their own superhero show.
Yeah, they've got a superhero show for everybody.
I wonder if that was deliberate. Ha ha ha.
I don't know, but that's good thinking.
It's working at our house.
Yeah, no, it's
There
interesting.
we go. Kid's taking us out with the X-Files.
And next week, Gillian Anderson, right?
I don't know if Gillian Anderson's going to be there. I would love to.
But
see if
David,
she's there. David Coveney will be there.
Well, the kid that
Sunday
played
only.
Fred in on The Hobbit.
Yep.
So do you think David Coveney
Sean
is
Ashton.
did he say he's
Fred.
a believer?
Samwise.
Or
what?
Samwise.
Is he
There
a
you go.
believer, David
Thanks.
Duchovny, or is he,
He was
just,
Fred in another show. Fred Flintstone.
I don't know, but
or they just paint him to show up and
I don't know. You know, these guys all work for the network, so they're all going to show up. Even the Skinner, director Skinner is going to be there too. So Mary McDonald, you know,
Where am I looking?
Old McDonald's.
Yeah.
Oh, Mary
niece.
McDonnell.
McDonnell,
she's
yeah.
great.
So yeah,
Wasn't she in
gonna be there, too.
Donnie Darko?
Yeah, she was.
Wait,
Ah,
who was
good
she?
movie.
Oh, Donnie Darko, fantastic
Wow.
sci-fi.
Incredible movie.
Yeah, who was she in Donnie
The
Darko?
mom. His
Okay.
mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's an amazing movie.
I love that movie. Very underrated. Came out at a horrible time. I think it came out right
kind
before
of
9/11.
went under the radar, and then I saw it maybe 2 to 3 years after it came out, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
A really
Like,
smart movie that I think went over a lot of people's heads.
One of the only movies I've ever in my life, I watched it probably in 2001, 2002, right after it came out. I watched it on VHS, and then as soon as it ended, I pressed play again and watched it right after that.
Yeah, every time I see it on, I stop what I'm doing to look at it. It's a fantastic movie. The director's cut. I think of the director's cut. If you had a hard time following it, watch the director's cut. I think it makes a little bit more sense.
Oh, that's another director where like you thought, oh my gosh, this is his first movie. He's gonna be amazing, and then
That was it.
yeah,
But JT's right. It suffered from the fact that film came out weeks or months after 9/11.
Yeah.
Like,
I think literally weeks.
Yeah. So,
You know, and he came out with the box. Actually, I really did like the box with Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
That was a cool film. The box,
The Box.
came out 5-6 years ago.
I'm aware of the movie, aware of the concept. I never got a chance to look at it. Wasn't James Marsden in that as well?
I don't know. It was Cameron Diaz.
Yes.
Solid. Nothing great, but it was fun, cool movie.
It was Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, Cameron Diaz.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
enough said.
You don't have to even have a movie. She could just stand there.
Yeah.
So yeah, good flicks. All right, guys, is that a wrap, Kit? That is a wrap. Remember Alien Con, guys. Go to Alien Con. It's going to be pretty cool. We're going to be there, chaoticradio.com. We're going to let you out with some Volbeat, my favorite band in the world right here. So it's pretty cool. Kit, turn it up, man.
All right. Talk to Red Pill Radio here on chaoticradio.com. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to tune in tomorrow, we got all kinds of great shows. We got Roy and Jimmy Replay, Black Lung, one of my favorite shows, Jack of All Nerds, going on at 8. Black Lung was at 4. We got all kinds of different shows on this station. If you want to check them out, you can go to web-media360.com or chaoticradio.com. Thank you, Rob.
Feel the fires into the red. It's nice and only know how to wait. The state is trying to bring